Well, the markets are moving today, and there was rhythmic problems. So didn't really get to trade my prop accounts today. I took one trade on those. Then rhythmic data was still having problems. So I decided to switch over to my personal account. Took a trade over there. We're going to go and recap all of those things. This is the last stream of the week. I'll be in Vegas for F1 on Thursday and Friday of this week. So this is the last recap of the week as well. Please sit back and enjoy, and we'll see you next week. Yo, good morning. Happy Wednesday. It's like my Friday. It's my Friday Wednesday, which is always weird and fun at the same time. Quickly before I forget, there was more missiles fired. That's what we had, like a little action at 8:20, 8:21. More missiles were fired from Ukraine. Fires a UK Storm Shadow missiles into Russia. Ukraine fires UK Storm Shadow missiles into Russia. What is a Storm Shadow? It's kind of a cool name. It's crazy that it looks cool, yet it's like, wow, $2 million a pop? Golly. Anyways. We are, that was the overnight lows that we just printed. Yesterday's close coming up here around 770. We are at inside yesterday's value area. Yesterday's value area low around 625 all the way up to 790. Overnight highs up at 840 as well. VWAP and value area high, 790, 800. Definitely an interesting spot. If we can stay below that, you like to see the rotation down to yesterday's value area low after we sweep the overnight lows. We sweep overnight lows. 630 is on the table, 100 points lower in my opinion, but we'll see. That's what the daily looks like. We got Monday's high sitting around 720 or so. Also an interesting spot. So yeah, we cracked 720s, 700, 630 rotation looks nice. We get back above yesterday's point of control. VWAP looks good. You get above VWAP, 840s and higher, right? What else? I think that's the general plan for this morning. Like I was saying, it's hump day, but it's like my Friday. There's no streams tomorrow or Friday. And I think I'm golfing on Monday. That's going to be a big old TBD. It's going to be a play it by ear. And then next week is Thanksgiving. So like basically through the end of the month is kind of Thanksgiving in the United States is the 28th. So yeah, there's like, I would imagine these 3 days are really slow for sure. Thursday and Friday are going to be really slow next week with the holiday. Granted, there was like 1 year in the last like 5 years where Thanksgiving was absolutely nutty. I don't know if y'all remember that. Just a couple years ago. But historically speaking, it's pretty slow. Nice slap. 630, I think, really is in play here. I didn't think it was going to happen in the first 15 minutes, but 630 is absolutely in play. I mean, just like the game plan, right? We cracked 720, the rotation to value area low from yesterday. It looks pretty nice. It's like, what, 30 points lower? Whoa, big old block at 650, 170, 190 down there, kind of flashing around. Where's the VWAP chop? Right. Where is VWAP? 140 points higher. Win V bottom. All right, here comes yesterday's value area low. They did it quick. The pre-market plan was basically talking about this whole move, but it happened in the first 13 minutes, and I wait the first 15 minutes every day. No matter the volatility, I wait the first 15 minutes. Usually I created the rule because of extreme volatility. Can't think of anything worse than trying to fade this move, thinking we're going to bounce or something in the first 15 minutes of the day, trying to fade this or average into this move or something, and being done for the day because I made a stupid choice right off the bat. So that's why I developed my personal 15-minute rule. And yeah, period. For moves like this. I know a lot of people crush it on moves like this, but I was tired of being done for the day in a negative way or a positive way for that matter. A lot of times it just felt too dicey, so I created the 15-minute rule. Options premiums are absolutely insane today. Expecting big moves tomorrow. Oh, of course. Yeah, the rule of thumb is that if I'm not streaming, the market's going to go insane. And usually when I am streaming, it chops VWAP. And I'm not streaming on Thursday or Friday. You've been warned, okay? Expect big volatility Thursday and Friday. Why do you guys only trade NQ? A couple of reasons. I mean, I occasionally trade crude oil. Very, very, very rarely will trade S&P. The Nasdaq and the S&P are normally pretty correlated, and I prefer the moves on the Nasdaq. It's got a higher beta. But the main reason is basically this. It's very simple. If I'm coming in and I'm watching the same thing every day, there's enough volume for me to trade it every single day. I don't have to be wondering about what I'm going to trade every single day. I don't have to be watching 30 different assets trying to figure out which one is the best one to trade at a given time. I just know I'm trading the Nasdaq. And then when you're watching one asset every single day, your brain starts to understand how it moves. It's easier to remember key levels, easier to remember how things react in certain environments. And those are all just like very small little edges that are very helpful. We got point of control now at 45 or whatever that is, 46. These wicks are spooky to me at the lows, chat. The wicks are spooky at the lows, I'll be honest. Wicks are spooky at the lows. Wicks get run. Anytime we're like stopping all at the exact same spot over and over again, a lot of times I feel like we flush it. Yeah, I didn't talk about news. What do we got? We got bar testifying at 9 o'clock. If you're a crude oil trader, you got inventories at 9:30. Nvidia earnings at the bell. There we go. Little cleanup. Not too much, honestly. Not too much. Little cleanup. Right off yesterday's value area low. Take that long. 50% retrace of the wick. I got an immediate kick up. See if we can get a little more. I'm actually open to looking at like 50 here. It's like risking like 5 points basically. Stopped out. Stopped out for 6. I think we sweep it still. I'm glad we cleaned out the lows. We have a little bit of a ligma here forming. I still think we push it, but I give it my shot. I mean, this trade was immediately, when I got filled, I think I was up like 6 points right away. Probably could have moved to break even. That might have been the better option, but I was willing to give it a little kick just because, if we were able to actually push it up like we were starting to, I think the rotation to 50 looked pretty nice, but get stopped out. We still got that block at 600. Definitely questionable. That was a cheap trade in my mind. I think anything sub 10 points is fairly cheap. Definitely sub 150, 7 points. Looking at like 5-6 point stop, it's pretty cheap. And it was up 6 points immediately. On to the next. What the hell is a ligma? Keep going. And it's lit, huh? Oh, well, that works too. All right, I got 3 jokes for you, chat. You ready? We're going to do today, Thursday, and Friday's jokes all right now. Today, November 20th. And we'll watch 600 get filled out, huh? November 20th, Wednesday, hump day. Did you know that if a piano falls on you, your head will be flat? A little bit of a musical joke there. I think that's hilarious, honestly. I think that's just solid dad joke. Okay, here we go. November 21st, Thursday. You got to be sharp to get that one. Ah, I see what you did there. That's good. All right, here's Thursday's joke. Tomorrow's joke, because there's no stream tomorrow, chat. November 21st, Thursday. Dad puts car in reverse. Ah, this takes me back. I think that's hilarious too, honestly. That's a solid one. All right. All right, Friday, November 22nd. Host at a restaurant. Do you have any... Host at a restaurant. Do you have any reservations? Dad. Yeah, but I think we'll still eat here. Those are honestly... I feel like it's been a while since we have had a little streak of good jokes. That All three of those are pretty funny to me. Uh-oh, we're connecting on Rhythmic here. Might switch to the personal. This is getting a little crazy. I don't really want to mess around with it when we have high volatility. I just switched to personal. I don't really want to mess around with Rhythmic being down, to be honest. My wife just stopped and said, "You weren't even listening, were you?" I thought that's a weird way to start the conversation. That's good. I think the cheapest and really the only setups right now is if you get close to a high, getting short with a stop above the prior high, because we failed to make any new highs on this whole move. So if we actually make a new high, you probably don't want to be in it anymore. But short's obviously the play also, so kind of a weird balance there. Like, could potentially get away with this. You know, something like that's not a terrible look, especially if we can continue to roll over with data or delta, excuse me. And we failed to push new highs on any of these candles, so maybe too late though, off of that prior low. I think it's too late. Honestly, the most mellow candle we've had in a while, but we got another big block at 500, so 193 sitting at 500. The last couple times we've had these blocks gotten fairly aggressive. I think I still don't hate this play. I mean, that would be really fun. I don't know if that happens though, but that would look good. Honestly, front running the block would look really good, right? What's a 40 point risking 10 point? The volatility is there to justify it 100%. If we could get a kick up, but we haven't really had much of that this whole move. It's just been kind of straight melts, so I don't know. This is seemingly one of those days where it's like kind of you either just blindly get in. Maybe there's one opportunity at 540 there, but it's like easy to call, hard to trade. The initial balance range is big. 756 to 477. So almost, what, 300 points on initial balance? After my first big winning day, I was plotting how I'd be doing if I made that every day, then big red next day. Yeah. Yeah, the old death by extrapolation. Or whatever. When you start like realizing, oh, I made $5,000 today. If I did that every trading day of the year. And then you get humbled real quick, huh? I don't hate if we can like get up here. Honestly, for a move like that, but what I would really like to see is like a play back into lows. That's just, I mean, that's a 50-point trade. That's pretty aggressive. I don't really want to look at that. But I do think looking at like a 20-point move in this volatility is fair game. I'd be risking, what, 11 points? Basically stop above the highs if we can kick a little bit above point of control. But I'm just not willing to take the point of control trade, really. Needing a 20-point stop. Yeah, I mean, we've all... I think it's silly to try and act like you've never done the extrapolation or whatever that word is. To act like you've never done it's silly. Like, we've all been like, dang, if I just made 10 grand every single day... I made 15 grand every single day. Like I see these people on social media allegedly do. Like, damn, I could be making $10 million a year. They'll write books about me. No, it's getting a nice kick. I get stopped out here. Yep, stopped out. I want these blocks. It's just, I mean, we get a big candle in here. Like literally a 40-point candle ripper. Biggest push we've had all day. Just then, biggest push all day. Honestly, chat, with the rhythmic issues, not being able to trade the rhythmic accounts, and then a 10-point loser on this, I might just call it. I don't really feel like forcing stuff, to be honest. Volatility's high. I feel like I'm just gonna end up sitting around for a while anyways. I think I'm just gonna call it. It's been a really solid week, and I don't want to undo that. So good luck. Be smart, be patient. We'll see you next week. Peace, everybody.